Oh, current events. That's what we got first, right? Who is it? Tiffany again. You just want to just say the one that you had in American history. That'll work. Okay, we got one. Holden eventually will come back. We'll have him do his, but go ahead, Tiffany. What's up? Yeah, how about it? How about it? Go ahead, Tiffany.
So Iceland's to do one about how President Trump and his siblings were sued by his niece. Donald Trump and his siblings were sued by his niece, Mary Trump, because she claims that they swindled her out of $1 million, which she was entitled after her father died a month ago.
All right, yeah, good. So I heard about it in the news as well, and how that was an issue and causing problems here, and and especially right before the election. Oh man, that doesn't look good, right, Lydia? Doesn't look good at all. Okay, all right, good job. So we'll move on, and we got Z. You already went, didn't you? Hannah, did you go yet? Okay, so Hannah, Lydia, you go yet? Ooh, all right, Hannah and Lydia next Friday. Excited, pumped up to hear these current events. I'll write that on the board then, but you guys remember, right? We'll remember. Okay, so bell ringer for today. How many of these do we have so far? You know, so fourth one. Awesome. It's almost 5. That's pretty good. Almost one every single day. Describe how ancient Greece and Rome, along with English heritage, influenced the U.S. creation of the Constitution. Okay, there you go. There you go. So how are these two? I guess you could say 3 factors that influence the United States Constitution. We talked about this yesterday. A little bit of a review. Make sure we're recording. Are good. Ooh. What's up, Hannah? All right, thank you. Do we need more time? How about 1 more minute? 1 more minute. Okay, let's go over this, guys. So, describe how ancient Greece and Rome, along with English heritage, influenced the U.S. creation of the Constitution. All right, let's start off with Rome and Greece. How do they influence the U.S. Constitution? Go ahead, Z.
How they were going to set up their form of government.
Yeah. So, like the architecture, right? Is that what you mean? Okay, yeah, I like that. With all these public buildings, okay, and these government buildings, they represent a lot of the architecture that was used for ancient Rome and Greece, kind of like commemorating them for their help and understanding the foundations of our government. All right, good job. I like that. All right, what else? What else? Alex?
Ancient Greece and Rome used the democratic and republican basis of government that we derived from.
Yeah, good job. So Greece, especially, used that direct democracy, right? Okay, I believe Athens, right? Yeah, Athens was that first idea where people decide how they want the government to be involved in their life, and who they would or how they would uh, create laws, and really just establish their government framework. Just that people have a say, everybody has a say. And then Rome, because it was so large, right? They had to have a republic, a representative government, to a point where they elect officials to make decisions for the people. Okay, and that was just having these public officials voted by the people to make decisions. Okay, for the community, the society as a whole. All right, good. All right, good. So what else? What else do we take from ancient Greece and Rome? What are their ideas, specifically with the branches of government? Devin? All right, yeah, the legislative branch. Okay, so this would be broken up. Well, the United States has a bicameral legislature. Okay, but with Rome, they had 300 members in their Senate that helped decide, and their elected officials throughout the land, right, to make and decide certain laws. Okay, and with the United States, it's very similar. Our Senate. Okay, obviously they had about 300 members. We have 100. Okay, two for each state. Right? Good. Okay, what about the legal code? What about the legal code? The United States has a constitution. Okay, Rome has the 12 tables. We talked about that a little bit yesterday from that graphic that I showed the graphic organizer. Okay, very similar. Right, very similar. Executive branch, same thing. We have president. Okay, for 4 years, 2 terms is the max, right? And for the emperor of Rome, what was it? Do you remember? Go ahead, Sarah. Yeah, good job. 2 consuls elected every year. Awesome. Good job. And then the judicial branch. Okay. Supreme Court justices, right? They have judges. They had 8, I think, and we have 9, right? We have 9. So we took a lot of their ideas, and they're heavily influenced in our society with our creation of our government and our constitution. Good job. What about English influence? What do we got there? Go ahead, Sarah.
I said England's Magna Carta influenced the the English Bill of Rights inspired the Bill of Rights in the Constitution, as well as the unofficial Constitution, like what influences the Constitution in general. The idea that people should have certain rights, like that, and also not necessarily like actual legislation in like the way the monarch treated them, kind of drove them away from autocracy or monarchy.
Awesome. Awesome. Good job. Good job. Can't say it better myself. Awesome. So with the Magna Carta, the English Bill of Rights, the unwritten Constitution, okay, and British common law, this was all established and pushed into our framework of our Constitution. I think it's funny, right? The United States, they had this revolution against Great Britain. They broke away, but here we are looking back at their form of government and trying to take the good ideas, right, the better aspects of their government and applying it into ours, okay? And with the Magna Carta, making sure that there's a limited government, right? Okay, that the monarch doesn't have too much power and too much control of the people and society. All right, good job, good job. And then the English Bill of Rights, very similar to our Bill of Rights, giving that natural rights to the people that government can't take away. All right, and we talk a lot about trial by jury, okay, and making sure that people just don't get thrown in jail for no reason. All right. Also giving more responsibility and decision making to Parliament, right? A body of elected officials rather than just the monarch. Okay. Good. Awesome. Good job. Is there any questions on that, guys? I know we only went over 2 influences so far. Today, I just want to go over, well, I just erased it, but I want to go over 2 Enlightenment thinkers, okay, and their ideas of what government should be. And then I'll get you working on the political cartoon. Just sail into the weekend. What do you think? All right, sounds good. Sounds good. All right, so let me bring up this PowerPoint. Hey, Austin, what's up? You just missed the bell ringer, okay? So I'll just get that to you then after we're done. You can throw it away. I got you. Thanks, buddy. All right, so the first person we're going to talk about is Thomas Hobbes, okay? Thomas Hobbes. All right, so I have an easy way to remember a lot of these Enlightenment thinkers. His is just plain and simple, which I'll talk about, okay? But he wrote the Leviathan, okay, Leviathan. And he thought, you know what, that this absolute monarchy is the best. That people are born naturally evil and bad intentions, okay? And he believed that government was influenced in people's lives to keep them down the right track, okay? That that the people need government to keep them morally correct, okay? And have these, and instill these good characteristics in the citizens of their society, okay? So Thomas Hobbes, he's a true believer that we need this absolute monarchy, this powerful monarchy and government to make sure that people are good moral citizens. Because naturally they're bad, right? They're naughty. Right? They make a lot of bad and harsh decisions. And that government needs to be there to keep these people in line. All right, so like I said, I believe people needed government to impose order. Like I said, characteristics of people under Thomas Hobbes' beliefs is that people are selfish and greedy. And with that, he has a form of social contract, but for the most part, it's really just exchanging freedoms of peace, safety, and order. The government will provide this for the people, okay? But for the most part, he thinks that, Hobbes believes that the government should be this authoritative figure, this absolute monarch. Make sure that they make decisions for the people, okay? Because people really aren't morally correct, and that they can't make decisions on their own. Okay, and that government needs to be involved in their life in every aspect in a way. Like I said, it's a form of social contract that people exchange some freedoms for peace, safety, and order. I don't know about you guys, but I don't know about that idea of government. But hey, that's what he thought, right? That's what he thought. That's what he believed government should be in people's lives. Is try to keep these people morally correct, and that that people are really born greedy and selfish, and that government needs to be there to keep people in line. What do you think, Sarah? You like that idea?
I guess in some aspects.
Yeah, I think a mixture of a lot of these Enlightenment thinkers' ideas might be the best bet. Okay, but for he's like, oh, people are greedy, people are selfish. That's the main thing to remember. And he believes that people need this absolute monarchy to keep them in line and make sure that they make decisions for themselves. But there is a social contract, right? So people give up some freedoms for peace, safety, and order. Okay, just make sure you remember that. All right, so he believes in absolute monarchy, best form of government. Okay, I don't know about that, but that's what he believes. Next one, John Locke. Okay. So, English philosopher believed all people are born equal. Government should protect people's natural rights. Biggest thing to remember from him, natural rights. Those natural rights, life, liberty, and property. Property. Life, liberty, and property. He thought, you know what, we should try to separate this belief and thought that, monarchs are chosen by God, and, maybe separate religion and politics, okay? Because religion for so many years, we're pushing so many agendas and going to war over religion. He thought, you know what, let's just try to separate the church and state just a bit, Right? When we talk about Voltaire, that's his biggest movement and idea. Okay, with this separation of church and state, which Thomas Jefferson uses a lot. Right? Okay, we'll talk about that here soon, though. All right, so government by consent, so the people choose exactly what government can do within their lives, right? And that it's a limited government, okay, a limited government. He thought, you know what, Hobbes had a good idea with the social contract, but for the most part, we shouldn't have an absolute monarchy. People are not born greedy and selfish, that people have the ability to rule their own destiny in a way, to control their society the way they would want, right? But government needs to try to instill life, liberty, and property within its framework. Okay, that people have the ability to have these freedoms, these natural, these human rights. Okay, that government can't take that away from the people. All right, so power limited by laws. All right, so again, this absolute monarch or whatever form of government, the central authority, central government can't become too strong. Okay. That the people still, it's a government for the people. The people have the say of what type of control government has in their life. Okay, and these are the ideas, the foundation of modern democracy, right? The people have the consent. Well, the people consent to government of how strong it can be in people's lifestyles and the economics, political decisions, okay, military decisions. It all comes from the people. And his biggest note is wrote the two treaties of government, okay, on government. So easy way to remember Locke, okay, he's locking in these natural rights, okay, these human rights, life, liberty, and property. I don't know if you want to just draw a lock on there, right? Locking it in, bang. What do you think, Lydia? Get it, John Locke? Locking in life, liberty, and property, making sure those natural rights, those human rights, a government can't take that away from people. And that's his belief on government, that government should only control of what the consent the people have for it. Okay, and that's his biggest claim to fame here: life, liberty, and property. The two treaties on government, and it kind of goes against Thomas Hobbes' belief of this absolute monarchy, that government has to be involved in people's lives and keep people in order. So you can see how these two kind of differ in ways. But easy way to remember it for John Locke. John Locke locking in these natural rights, life, liberty, and property. You guys got it? You good? Okay. So I'll get you working on the political cartoon. I'll just show you one that I found that I thought was interesting, and you guys can create your own depending on whoever you would want to or whatever you would want to research within the list that I have below, okay, on the assignment. So is there any questions on Hobbes and Locke? Again, they both have a form of social contract, that the government and freedoms for the people, okay, what freedoms people have to give up for the government and what government has to do for the protection of the people. But for the most part, their ideas differ because Hobbes, people are greedy, selfish. They need government to keep them in line. Locke believes, no, natural rights. Okay, people are not born greedy and selfish, and that they have the control of what government should be in their life, a form of limited government. All right, we'll talk about more of these later, these more Enlightenment thinkers a little bit later, but I want to get you working on this political cartoon. I got to find it here. Let me bring it up once. Must have got rid of it. There it is. So this is a political cartoon I thought was really cool about what we're talking about right now. I want you to create your own, but this is the Articles of Confederation that we just talked about, okay? And as you can see, the waves that are smashing up against the boat, those are the weaknesses, okay? The weaknesses of the Articles of Confederation and how this boat sooner or later is going to sink. And sooner or later, this boat's not going to meet its destination because all the weaknesses it has, it has in front of it, okay? And we all know the Articles, it failed. And the states had to come together to try to create a constitution that really created a stronger national government. All right. And I thought that political cartoon was interesting. I thought it was pretty good. And it really establishes the weaknesses of the articles. Some people said, oh, it's an octopus coming up to bring down the boat. What do you think, Lydia? I think they're just waves. I think so too. They're the tentacles. They're bringing down the boat. I don't know about that, but anyway, do you understand what I'm getting at here, guys? Okay, so with this activity, let me bring it up for you. With this activity, you're just going to create your own political cartoon, and it could be based off of any of these items here. So use your iPads to help you come up with a good idea for this political cartoon, and you know, maybe use your book as well to help you create a political cartoon relating to some of the information we're talking about. I don't know, John Locke. There you go. You can make something on Locke, like this big political cartoon with a Locke, and then have the liberties inside of the natural right that he wanted to make sure established in government. Thomas Hobbes, you can just maybe make an authoritative crown, whatever you want to do. Okay, whatever you want to do. And we'll talk about more of these Enlightenment thinkers in the future, but hey, get a kickstart on it, right? Check them out. Look at them. Is there any questions on that, guys? You know what you're doing. So you're going to create a political cartoon, all right? And then you're going to caption, you know, just provide an explanation of what your political cartoon is detailing. What's it describing? All right? You can do it on a separate Word doc if you want, or if you want to, you can just put it at the bottom of this sheet, but just make sure you describe your political cartoon and describe what's inside of it. So analyze it, okay? Just to describe to the reader what you're trying to tell them with this political cartoon. Any questions? All right, that's going to be due Monday. Start a class. You have a lot of time to do so, though. Finish it up. That's it.